What's up, guys? It's your boy Kazaris back with another fun little deck profile, and today we have Counter Fairies, one of my favorite decks. We just got the third Miraculous Descent in the most recent Pick-a-Gift, so I wanted to build a deck around it, and honestly I feel like it's been better than any Counter Fairy deck I've been able to build thus far. So starting off, we have 3 Sacred Arc Air Ninth Parseth. So this card was in the box with Dark Lords and Raiko, and all those cards. This is a very cool card, probably the best boss monster for Counter Fairies, but he's always been kind of hard to summon. Like, you had to summon him with Rebirth of Parseth, and I only ever played one because it was bad to draw. But now in this deck you want to draw him so that you can banish him with cards from the sky and then summon him with Miraculous Descent. Because unlike normal boss monsters that have to be summoned a certain way, he can just be summoned anyway, but he also has the additional ability to summon him with his own effect, which reads: if you activate a counter trap card, or if you negate the activation of a spell or trap card or monster effect, you can banish 2 other fairy types from your hand, field, or grave, and then special him from the grave or from your hand. And then he inflicts piercing, and when he inflicts battle damage, he adds another Parseth card or counter trap. So he's very good. I like the utility he adds. He's only 2,800. If he was 3,000, that would be very good, being able to crash with Blue Eyes or crash with a Red Eye Slash Dragon that had an equipped with its own effect. It would be very good, but 2,800 is sizable enough, especially since he'll be negating a lot of stuff. But overall, I like being able to play 3 in the deck. That way, Rebirth is never dead. Like, you have the Avenging Knight Parseth to summon from the extra deck if you run out of Sacred Arcanites in the deck, but with with 3 in the deck, you won't run out. Usually you'll be able to summon. I summoned all 3 in a duel once in one turn, actually. So I banished 1 with cards from the sky, and then on my opponent's turn I negated something with Rebirth, summoned the 3rd from my deck, and then discarded the 2nd from my hand to pay the cost of the card. And then since I negated something, I can then summon the 2nd one from the grave that I just banished, and then I banished 2 other fairies and summoned him, and then I used Miraculous Descent to summon the 3rd that I had banished. So I summoned all 3 in a turn. The next turn, I lost to a drowning, haha. But honestly, if I just waited a turn and waited for my trap cards to be live, then I would have been fine. But I got overly eager, overly excited. But the deck is very fun. You just need to play it very carefully. But you're playing the Master of Destiny engine with it, because this deck is A, very good with additional advantage that's provided to you by Cup of Ace, and B, also supported by the Fairy engine that you get from playing the additional coin flip cards that you have to play. So you're playing all 4 different Arcana Force so that your skill is live. So you're playing the Emperor and the Chariot, I feel, are the best level 4 normal summons, and then Temperance is a Karibo. And then I'm playing the Moon here because you could summon it off of Miraculous Descent after you banish it with cards from the sky, and it's a 2,800 attack and defense body, so that's pretty sizable. And it can summon tokens if you, I mean, it will always be head, so it can summon tokens, that's decent. Like, if you can summon it on your opponent's end phase, and then during a standby phase get a token and then tribute summon for Sacred Arc, that could be a play. It hasn't come up yet, but that's something that could happen. So you're playing those fairy cards right there, along with the 3 cards in the sky. This is your draw engine. It'll get you to your traps, which is what you want to get to, and it will also banish your fairies for Miraculous Descent. And then you're playing the 2 Cup of Ace, which are just literally Pot of Greed in this deck. You're playing 2 Pot of Greed in this deck, which is pretty good in a 20 card deck. And then you're playing the 3 Miraculous Descent, so we just got the 3rd one recently. I saw it from Taya Gardner's 45th level up reward probably a year ago now, and it was always an interesting card to me. I was thinking about using it with like Dimensional Alchemist, but only having 1 of it, you weren't able to like consistently use it all the time. Like, building a deck around it was probably dumb because you only had 1 of it, so it wasn't gonna happen. Then we got the 2nd one. I was still thinking about it, but now with the 3rd one, I really wanted to try something. So it's a very good card. I like it a lot. So you really only have cards from the sky is like the main way you're going to be banishing stuff, but you can also banish fairies to summon Sacred Arcanites Parseth after you negate something, so that could be another play. So Miraculous isn't dead a lot of the time. Like, majority of the time you have 5 draw cards here, and Cup of Ace can get you to cards from the sky pretty quickly. There has potential to break, but like, even then you can still negate cards and summon a big Sacred Air Knight Parseth. So the deck bricks, but like not as hard as you normally would with any Counter Fairy deck. And then the 2 Ultimate Providence here, which is you're playing every card type, so it's unlike other counter fairy decks where you only play like spells and traps. This has a lot of versatility. I feel like it was just the best other counter trap of all the remaining ones. The other ones like Magic Drain and Spell Shield type of 8 and Magic Jammer and 7 Tools and Wiretap, but they just weren't that good. This is just a catch-all. I had 2 spaces left in the deck, so I just wanted to fill it, and you need counter traps to resolve Rebirth. But with all your drawing, like having only 5 counter traps is fine. Normally I want to play like 7 or 8 so that I can open Rebirth along with another counter trap, but you have 5, draw 2, so you're going to be seeing Rebirth with a ton, plenty of counter trap. So we're going to be getting into some duels here. Hopefully it's like Ancient Gears or Red Eyes. Some decent Sub-Terrors could be cool. Sub-Terrors play very slowly, so that's a very good matchup for this deck. It's looking like it's going to be Blue Eyes. He's gonna deny his rank up, hopefully. Blue Eyes is very easy to play around because they want to resolve their stone. They want to resolve whatever they can. It's a decent hand. Cards in the sky. Okay. So we are going to be able to negate with Rebirth. That's good. Gotta keep this in our hand. I'm gonna set the Chariot just because we can. No reason not to. So yeah, we're gonna discard the Arc. So Rebirth says you just have to reveal a counter trap and then you can discard whatever you want. So I'm gonna reveal the Ultimate Providence and then discard the Sacred Arcanite. Aloof Lupine. So it's gonna be Metaphys. Does this banish for cost? Yeah, it banishes for cost. So he banished Daedalus. I'm not that worried about a Daedalus. All Daedalus is going to do is set up for a turn after that, so it's not going to generate any immediate advantage. I just want to banish the Aloof so that he's not getting 2 monsters banished, because then he's going to start generating a little bit too much advantage for me, more than I would like. So we're going to negate that and special summon this boy. Now, we're going to need to summon the one from our grave, because now we can summon back. We're going to banish the one on the field, summon the one from our grave, and now our Miraculous Descent is live, so we can have 2 Sacred Arcanites. He already used his normal summon, so if he has Metaphys Dimension, that's what it's looking like. What else could he have? Like a Sphere Kuriboh in hand. We're not going to summon right away. I'm going to try to bait him to use Metaphys Dimension here. Daedalus is going to banish. He's not going to chain anything, I don't think. So yeah, so that's not looking like Dimension. Yeah, okay, so that's not Dimension. So we are going to summon our Emperor here. Now we can set the Ultimate Providence, because normally it would be dead, but we're going to be searching a counter trap with our Arcanite Parseth, either one of them. So if that's a back row that's relevant, he's going to block our attack here, but we're going to summon one from the Banish Zone. Then he has to have 2. So he has to have a Sphere Kuriboh, and then this has to be something here that he can use. So he's just going to take 19 to the face. We're going to attack with our Sacred Arcanite. God dang it. Block this. Econ. That's fine. I don't care. We're going to summon our one for the Banish Zone. Not that one. This one here. And then attack. And that's going to be game. Booyah. Let's do one more. I like this deck a lot. So there was the build I was messing with a while ago before the 2nd and 3rd Miraculous Descent came out. I was messing with, like, well, I can use balance. I was messing with a light and dark build, Gemini. So you played the Dark Valkyria, and 3 Dark Valkyria, 3 Bountiful Artemis, and then the 1 Sacred Arc Air Knight, just as a boss monster. And then you were playing light and dark, so Dark Valkyria could become Bountiful, or Bountiful could become Dark Valkyria. Then you also played the 3 Gemini Spark, because in theory you had 6 Gemini monsters to use with it. Like if you drew Gemini Spark and Artemis, you could just make the Artemis a Dark Valkyria. But if you had Dark Valkyria and you didn't draw Spark, and you had a bunch of counter traps that you wanted to use, you could just return the Valkyria for the Artemis, and then you would have the Artemis to start drawing cards after you resolved your... he's just passed, okay. So we're going to use cards in the sky. Unfortunately, we can't kill on this turn. This deck just can't OTK. However, we can open multiple Miraculous Descent. So we're going to do We don't no reason to set 2 miraculous. I'm going to set one of each back row. We have a miraculous summon. We have a anything negate with rebirth, and then a trap negate with ultimate providence. Oh, cruiser. So life point boost alpha treatment. Interesting. I think we negate the cruiser. He didn't summon anything turn 1, so like he has a chance to brick. So maybe he just didn't draw any monster. I don't, like if he drew a monster, he would have summoned it turn 1. We're just gonna negate the cruiser, shuffle it back into the deck, summon our Sacred Arc Air Knight from our deck. The glossy one. Where's the glossy one? There it is. Got 1 glossy. I like it. I like this card a lot. It's a very cool card. Now we can summon 1 from a banish zone if we so choose. But like, so there's a King Golem. Sure, you can't out me with just a King Golem. I'm not worried about that. And now I can negate the trap card that you could have. Yeah, I don't think we're losing to this deck. He let us set up with no interruption, so why would he? Okay. Interesting. Summon 1 from our banish zone. Now we get some big boys out. Cards from the sky. It's going to be dead. However, we can negate a spell card with ultimate providence. That's another thing. Like cards from the sky, even if you don't open it with a fairy, you can at least use it for fodder with ultimate providence. Now, thankfully, he had life point boost alpha there, or else he would have just straight up died. Now we have a trap and a spell negate with both of our ultimate providences here, and 2 2800 monsters on the board, which is very difficult for Treatment to out because, yeah, there we go. So that's going to be a scoop there. Let's do another one. Honestly, this video is kind of short in comparison to my other ones. I just want to do another game. This deck is very, very fun. As you've seen, I'm not altering the video in any way to make it appear stronger than it is. It's just, I mean, granted I'm playing Platinum. Okay, I'll give you that. I'm playing Platinum. But still, it's just very consistent, very solid setups every turn. Just does the same thing. Summon multiple Sacred Arc Air Knight Parseth. And even if you can't get over something, you can summon Avenging and switch it to defense. And normally things with big attack have less defense than they normally would. So like Blue Eyes, just switch it to defense, and it has 25. You can pierce, search a spell or trap card, or search a counter trap. I mean, it's very good. I like the versatility of this deck. I'm playing the 3 Avenging. I forgot to mention that. I'm playing the 3 Avenging in the extra deck. I think that was pretty obvious, but I'll mention it anyway. It's a very cool card. It's just a basic synchro. Normally it's not worth it to summon. It's like a light tuner. It's a level 8 light fairy that requires a light tuner in a non-tuner monster, and then it just switches things from attack, switches battle positions, and requires and does piercing damage. So normally it's not that good, but like Rebirth is very good because it allows you to negate a card on something a big boss wants to. Draw 2. Okay, Cup of Ace. Draw 2 more. So this is gonna be a +1. Pot of Greed. Unless he has magic damage or some shit. No. Okay. Draw 2. Cards on the sky again. Now we have our setup, Rebirth, Ultimate Providence, and Miraculous, and we're going to be banishing our Sacred Arc Air Knight here. I love this card. The artwork is so cool. It's like a big Air Knight. I don't even know. It's like on a throne. Big Air Knight face. Very strange. 1, 2, set. Set. And pass. That's gonna be that. Honestly, I probably could have set 2 Rebirth. Magician's Nav. Interesting. If we Rebirth, he can banish the navigation and negate. We won't be able to negate the navigation in the grave. That's unfortunate. What does this say? Spell, trap card, or monster effect. So we can only negate the activation of the card. We can't negate the activation of the spell or trap effect, which is kind of unfortunate. Hopefully he doesn't. And I think he knows it's counter fairies, but this is Platinum. And we're just gonna do this here. No reason not to. Force the nav activation in the graveyard. Okay. So yeah, that's what I thought. He was just gonna. Unfortunately, I think Miraculous Descent is gonna stay on the field. Yeah, that sucks. Now we have clogged back row. So if we top deck Cup of Ace, then we can't do anything. I was not expecting a Dark Magician, honestly. Yeah. So this was the thing I was talking about earlier, the one weakness of the deck. If your opponent doesn't do anything, then you can't do anything either, because you your deck is based on reacting to what they do. Okay, well, he's dumb. He's just going to summon. Okay, whatever. Alright, never mind. He's dumber than I thought. Reveal. Discard. No. Fortunately, we have all three of our Sacred Arc Air Knights out of the deck, so we're going to have to summon an Avenging Knight from our extra deck. That's fine. It's still 26, still bigger than the Dark Magician, but however, are going to be able to use the one in the grave, banish the two in our hand, which are not doing us any good. Now we're going to be able to summon the Arc Air Knight from our grave. 2800, pretty big. 1,000 Knives, both of us are still bigger, that's fine. I can negate any navigation or something that he has. Yep. I think that's why Dark Magician plays Beatdown, because like without Beatdown you cannot out any you can't out any monster bigger than 2500 without like 1,000 Knives or any search that you would get. We're gonna be negating this. Send this to our graveyard. That's fine. Don't have enough fuel for the Air Knight in our grave, unfortunately. We have the other Miraculous Descent, and with 3 of them in our deck, it's a very, very good card. I love it. I love it. Just it's DDR for fairies, which is very good because we have the Allure of Darkness for fairies, but we just don't have Allure of Darkness for darks. Oof. We're just gonna summon it so that we can get it to the graveyard, so that we're able to summon it from the graveyard. But yeah, I don't think he's gonna be able to. He doesn't have enough big enough monster. Wait, what? What does this say? Or you target one dark special summon. Okay. Well, he still cannot out my 2600 monster. I don't think, unless this is like Dark Magic Inheritance. No. Okay. That's what I thought. We're going to activate effect. That was always bad. Almost switched it to defense. Just deal some damage here. 500. So this Rebirth isn't live, unfortunately, because we don't have a trap card in our hand. However, we do have the 3rd Miraculous Descent to draw. We still have a Cup of Ace to draw to get some more back row. Going to draw Chariot. Oof. So we have 1, 2, 3, 3 counter traps in our grave. The Rebirth here. So we still have. Let me look again. We still have 1 Ultimate Providence in our deck. So 5 cards in our deck. We have Miraculous Descent, Cup of Ace, Temperance, Ultimate Providence, and the cards from the sky still. Yeah. Okay, so we have some good. He did reveal the Dimensional Prison. There's no reason to attack, honestly. There's no reason to attack. I'm chilling. He already used 1,000 Knives. I'm not worried about anything else he could have. We just gotta play it safe for a second until we draw some more recovery cards. So we are very low in life, unfortunately. So there's a Miraculous Descent. So I'm not afraid to attack now. Deprison somewhere here, probably. Yep. I already revealed 1. That's fine. I'm not concerned about that. Just let him get cocky now. We're just gonna summon another Arc Air Knight from our Banish Zone. 2800 attack. Alright, hopefully he doesn't have another Dark Magic attack, I guess. That would stink. Summon Rod. Oof, what's he gonna search? Please don't play 2. Please do not play 2. Okay. Alright. Magician's Nav. We're good. Just gonna set that. Go to battle phase attack. We're gonna play our 3rd Miraculous Descent. Now we are getting kind of low on cards. That's kind of like the risk you take, I guess, when you're playing 5 draw 2s. You do kind of get low. Rebirth summons from deck, stuff like that. But we're gonna draw our ulti prov. All right, so the Rebirth is live now, so that's very good. Arc Air Knight's not gonna be able to search anything because we are out of both Parshath cards. Wait, whoa. Oh. Not able to pay life. Whoops. Alright, so that's going to be the game, I guess. That's unfortunate. I forgot. I think we just lost anyway, because without being able to negate anything, we wouldn't have been able to safely attack. So honestly, we would have just decked out. So I think we lost that regardless. So even though that was a misplay, I don't think it was a misplay that cost us the game, because I think we lost regardless, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, it's a very fun deck. It's very consistent, even though we kind of bricked there. You saw that we were able to recover, play around some stuff. But he had like, let's check this deck out real quick. 2 Deep Prison and Widespread. That's very, seems a little jank, but I guess that's what happens when you play in Platinum, unfortunately. Check this out. So 2 Deep Prison, 1 Widespread, of course, 1 Drowning, Rocking It. All right, whatever. This is a Platinum Dark Magician deck. Unfortunate, but there you have it, folks. I like the deck a lot. Very fun, very enjoyable. I'll catch you guys in the next one.